Narayanam namaskritya naranchaya narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter number 1, verse number 68. So we read in the previous class that Sri Narada Rishi, he came and he convinced Kamsa to kill all the children. That's what he did. That don't spare any child. As soon as child is born to Devaki, just kill. So therefore, after he left, he put Devaki Vasudeva in prison. He also will put his father in prison and take charge of everything himself. So we read that those people who are very much attached to their sense pleasure, they can kill anybody. Because if that is the goal, then this makes sense that anything which comes on the way should be removed. Right? If you see from the point of view of a person who wants to please his own senses, and even if his own parents, own children, own family members become obstacle to that, then he should just remove them. That is the goal, right? Because if you want to reach your goal, you have to remove the obstacle. Otherwise, how will you reach the goal? So this is how people operate in the material world. And they have their goal. And all this law, dharma, religion, this comes later on. First comes, that's why law has to be there, because otherwise there will be chaos and everybody will be killing left and right. But at least those who are able to do it. So he now understood that everybody is against him, because Narada Rishi said that all these Vasudeva, Devaki and all these Yadavas and the Brajvasis, they are all Devatas who have come here to kill you and take revenge. So you better be careful. I just want to inform you, you can do what you like to do. So now he says, Atmanam iha sanjatam janan prag vishnuna hatam mahasuram kalnemi yadubhi saha virudhyata. So now he understood that he is Kalanemi in his previous life, the great Asura, son of Hiranyaksha, and he was killed by Vishnu. His father was also killed by Vishnu. So after he understood, he started harassing the Yadavas, because he understood that these Yadavas, they are all followers of Vishnu, and Vishnu is my enemy from previous life. So enmity continues from one life to another life. So if you don't want that enmity continues into next life, better give it up in this life. Otherwise it will overflow into the next one. Just like he gave the example of that worm who goes from one leaf to another leaf. So when he goes, he also takes the enmity, rag, dvesh, everything goes with you. So people whom you love now, that affection goes with you, whom you hate, that also goes with you, and they will also come in the same way. Then you will meet again, and you will do the same thing again. So this is how the world continues. You keep on meeting same people again and again, keep on doing the same thing again and again, rag, dvesh, rag, dvesh. So if you want to end the cycle, then you have to stop it. Because it is all because of the ego most of the time. It's the ego problem. Somebody says something, then you feel hurt by that, then you want to take revenge. And then when you want to take revenge, then you harm the other person physically, verbally. Then the other person wants to take revenge, and then the cycle continues. So you think that you are going somewhere, but you are not going anywhere, you are just circling around. You become the satellite for that person. When you hate somebody, then that person is the center and you are the satellite. Right? Your mind rotates around that person. If you love somebody, then also you are the satellite. So that is the samsara. You do parikrama. So it's not that you get into, this world has so many millions or billions of people, not that you have contact with everybody, they're just limited people and you're just dealing with that. Then you go to next life, same limited people come, little bit different looking. Somebody who is a man now can become a woman, and woman can become man, so you don't recognize. But you do. Somebody who was the center becomes the satellite now. Right? And you rotate. So that's how people keep on rotating in life. For primarily because of ahankara, and then so-called material enjoyment, which people don't even know what it is. So he said, Janan Narada Vachanat. So in this sloka, the word Janan means when he, understanding that he was Kalnemi. So how did he understand? Because Narada told him. He did not know it himself, but he understood it from Narada Rishi. Because Narada Rishi has long life, so he has seen before Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Right? He was there also. He is the one who was preaching to Hiranyakashipu's wife. Prahlad was there. So he knows all these people. He knows their past history. So he said, well, I know you were Kalnemi before. I mean, we forget. But if somebody comes and tells you, be careful, this person was your enemy in the last life, he harassed you a lot, then it will have an effect on you. Even if that person is behaving nicely now, after you hear this, some memory will come and you will start acting on that. So sometimes it is good that we don't remember many things. Right? I mean, if you remember, you may be in more trouble because of that. You may not be peaceful. Now you're a little bit peaceful because we don't remember. Memory is not always good. So Ugrasenam Chapitram Yadu Bhojandhakadhapim Adhipam Swayam Nigrihya Bhujais Shurasenan Mahabalaha. So his own father Ugrasena, he also put him in prison. Who was the ruler? He was the king. So his father was the king, ruling over Yadu, Bhojandhaka, all these people. So he Swayam Nigrihya, he also made him captive. Grihya, catch, and put him inside a prison. It says, relax, you have taken a lot of trouble ruling, now you can do some bhajan. So he made a bhajan kutir. He says, we'll supply you khichdi every day and you can do your bhajan here. You like Vishnu, right? So now you do bhajan. Vishnu Bhakta does not have to rule and take all this anxiety, right? He says, give that to me. Right? Vishnu Bhakta wants to think of Krishna, meditate, do Lila Smaran, just be inside this. Nobody will trouble here. We'll put a lock outside. So nobody can visit you, lockdown. So that's what he did. Swayam Nigrihya Bhubhuje Sursenan Mahabala. And he, Mahabala, very powerful person, so he started ruling the land called Shursena. This whole area, Mathura around it, is known as Shursena. So Sursena Antargatatvan Mathuranapi. So Mathura is the capital of Sursena. So he ruled over all these people. Iti sarartha darshinyam harshinyam bhaktachetsaam dashame pratamodhyaya sangatah satam. So he said, in this way I have completed the commentary on the first chapter of 10th canto. Yes.
So Kamsa, he captivated the kingdom of Vasudeva. And
his own father, Sursen, this Ugrasen. Ugrasen is his father.
Yes.
Vasudeva was already put in prison, and then he put his father also in prison.
Okay. And his father used to rule over Mathura and the surrounding. Okay.
Yeah.
And Kamsa, where did he rule?
Kamsa is son of Ugrasena. He was the prince.
Oh, okay.
I want to say that in the beginning, when the Akashvani happened and they were captured, at that time they were not chained, was it?
They were not?
Chained.
Who?
Vasudeva and Devaki.
No.
Later on he changed.
It's only after Narada Rishi came.
Yeah, okay. That's what I want to know.
Because there was no need for that. At that time Vasudeva said that I will give you every child which is born to you.
Yeah.
So then Kamsa was convinced by that. I said, okay, I don't have any problem from my sister. The problem is from the 8th child, and you are saying you will give all the children. So when the child was born, then he brought it from wherever he was living. It is not said. Obviously he was not in Mathura. He must have been somewhere else. So he came from there, bringing the child in a chariot, and then brought it to Kamsa. And then Kamsa said, what is the point in killing this innocent baby? My problem is in the 8th. So he returned him. And then came Narada Rishi.
After that he got chained and he went to Mathura.
Then he brought them
to
Mathura and put them in prison because he was ruling in Mathura. So that's where he brought Vasudeva and Devaki. And also Ugrasena. They probably were in the same prison together, maybe playing chess in the spare time. When not doing japa, then they will play chess. So this is the second chapter now, Dvitiya Adhyaya. Sri Shuka Uvacha Pralamba Baka Chanura Trinavarta Mahasanaihi Mushtikarishta Dvivida Putana Keshidhenukaihi Anyaschasura Bhupalair Bana Bhaumadhibhiryutaha Yadunam Kadanam Chakre Bali Maghada Samsrayaha. So Bali, the powerful Kamsa, Magadha Samsraya, taking the support of king of Magadha, that is Jarasandha. Jarasandha was his father-in-law. Jarasandha has 2 daughters. They both were married to Kamsa. And Jarasandha was very powerful himself. You know that he has also kept many kings in his captivity. No, that was Bhaumasura, not Jarasandha. But Jarasandha was also a very powerful person, because nobody could kill him unless you separate him. And that is the only way he could be killed. So now he got all his associates with him. So Pralambasura, Bakasura, Chanura, Mushtika, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Mahasanai, Aghasura, and Arishta Sura, Dvivida, that monkey, Putana, Keshi, Dhenukasura. So all these people, they became now associates of Kamsa. Because previously Kamsa had his own Yadavas, he kicked them out. So these are dangerous people, not reliable. So these are all asuras also from his previous life. On that Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha family. So they all came together, the same people, common karma, again common karma. So they're coming. So Annaicha Asura Bhupalaya, other kings also who are not like Asuras but like Asuras, who are not Asuras themselves but behaved like Asuras, such as Banasura, Bhaumasura also. So they all, birds of the same feather, flocked together. They all accepted Kamsa as their respectable associate, leader, friend, or some. Banasura himself is powerful, but he also got aligned with Kamsa. So now what they started doing? So Yadunam Kadanam Chakre. They started giving trouble to Yadus. They started harassing them. Started making fun of them. Somebody is walking, go and pull his hair, abuse. So Kamsa started harass these people. So this is what they were doing.
I just want to ask, at this time when all these asuras get together, then do some of these asuras who we know have particular forms when they attack Braja as snakes and horses and donkeys and so forth? Are they in those forms?
They can change form. When they attack, they take the form of their mentality, otherwise they're normal looking.
So they're more or less look like human beings at this point?
Yeah. But they can take that form. That form signifies their mentality. Like Anhasura, Bakasura. Otherwise it will be a problem that snake is sitting there. Others will get scared of him. What is he doing here? And then it says that for 1 kilometer, wherever his breath is going, nothing is growing, right? So even Kamsa will be in trouble because of his. He had a horrible breath. Snakes don't smell good. So here is commentary. It says Garbham Sancharya Rohinyam Devakya Yoga Mayaya Tasyaha Kukshigatam Krishna Dutiye Vibhudhai Stutaha. So in the second chapter, what is being described, this is the summary, that there will be a transfer of 7th child of Devaki, who will be Balaram, from Devaki to Rohini by the power of Yogamaya. And then Krishna will enter into the womb of Devaki, and Vibudha means the Devas, they will come and pray. That Garbhastuti, famous Garbhastuti, Satyavratam, Satyaparam, Trisatyam. So all the Devas, including Brahma, they will come and pray to Krishna. So that is what is being described in the second chapter. So Yadubhi sa virudhyata iti yuktam tameva virodham prapanchayati pralambaiti sardhatrayena mahasano ghasura. So in the previous sloka, the last sloka of the previous chapter, it is said that Yadubhi sa virudhyata, that he created trouble for the Yadavas. So he turned against them, or he was acting unfavorably with Yadus. So now in these 3 slokas it is describing how he was doing. So first it is described that he got all these people together, and then in the next sloka it is described how they ran away from here, most of them. So tameva prapanchayati, that is being explained here. Mahashano aghasura, the word mahashana, which literally means one who eats a lot. So that is aghasura, because he is a python. So python can eat a lot, right? He can take a whole human being and just swallow alive everything and then digest. Chabana wabana kuch nahi. No chabana. Just swallow. Sida andar. He has no teeth to chabaw. He doesn't chew. He just swallows. Swallow and then lie down and digest.
Twist to digest.
Yeah. Just move. You can actually see it. Sometimes if I have seen a snake and he catches a frog, and the frog, he just swallows the whole frog, and then you can see it inside. Wherever the frog is, it will be bulging out because his body is like a balloon. So if you cut, you can take out the frog alive if it's not dead yet. So they don't chew, they just take everything inside and relax. So Mahasana also can mean who eats big things. Not he eats a lot, but he eats big things. That's why in Sanskrit it is called Ajgara. Ajgara means who swallows a goat. Because goats are generally grazing in the forest. So python grabs one in. The whole thing goes inside. So this is also creation of God. How it is explained by Darwinians why a python came into and what came out of python. Evolution. How python evolved. It's interesting to study that. Te pidita nivivishuhu kurupanchalake kayan shalvan vidarbhan nishadhan videhan kaushalan api. So te pidita nivivishu. So te means they means the Yadavas. So when they were harassed, pidita, so they left, they ran away from here. And just like you see sometimes in some countries, there is a heavy rule like communism, then people try to flee from the country. I remember long ago, one person, at that time Russia was in communist rule. One man, I don't know how he could make it, he was hanging below the wing of a plane. And he's so cold up, I don't know how he survived, but he was still alive when the plane landed. I don't know, he didn't die. Russian.
Babaji, if I can say something, because I also ran away from Poland during the communism time.
Yes.
And maybe it was not that dramatic as you were saying. And I also know that 2 boys then ran away on the, like there is a car track. So they were like hanging on the bottom of the
train.
Car track. Train, yes. And this is how they passed the border.
Oh my God.
They ran away from Poland, I think through Czechoslovakia, something like that. So many people like this during the communist
So
time.
you can see how dangerous it
Only
is.
Yes.
If you touch
I
little
was
bit,
lucky
you're
because
finished.
Yes.
And
yes.
you-
But
you-
if you were caught by the government, they will send you to prison. So that was really brave thing to do.
And you also escaped to Australia, right?
Yes, I escaped from Warsaw to Vienna. I went for 3 days tour to Vienna, and on the last day I took my luggage, and during the night I went from Vienna to the refugee camp in Traiskirchen. Yes, and I stayed there for 1 year, and then from Traiskirchen I went to Australia. Yeah.
So this is
So I
what
also
people.
escaped. So I know how it is to live in an oppressive country like communism, and then how it's to live in a country like Australia. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
you,
I was 20 at that time, so.
so you have the
20 years
first-hand
old.
experience. So now these Yadavas
Yeah.
were going through the same trouble. So therefore they ran away from Mathura and they went to different countries. They didn't go to Australia, but they went to Kuru, that Kurukshetra area, Panchal and Kekaya. These are the old countries. Shalva, Vidarbha is, I think, towards Bihar. Or no, Maharashtra. And Nishadhan, Videhan is Janakpur near Nepal. Kaushalan is Ayodhya. So they all left from here, most of them, because he was troubling them very much. So of course it was easier for them to run away because there was no KGB or there was no local police trying to check. If somebody is leaving, go. So most of them they left. Eke tamanurandhana gyatyo pariupasate hateshu shatsu baleshu devakya agrasenina saptamo vaishnavam dhama yamanantam prachakshate garbho babhuva devakya harsha shoka vivardhana. So eke tam anurandhana gyate hai pariupasate. So most of them left, but some of them did not leave. Like Akrura, we know that Akrura did not leave. And I think Uddhava also. So they remained and they acted favorably to Kamsa externally. Because they also knew that Krishna will come. So they didn't want to go away, said we will go through the trouble and we will take the risk. We will flatter Kamsa so that Kamsa does not think that they are against me. But at least we will have the possibility of seeing Krishna. So this is what he said, that Eke Gyateya means some of the relatives. They are all relative of Kamsa. So Tamanurandhana means becoming like his followers. They stayed there. Agraseni now. Agraseni is Kamsa, son of Agrasena. So Hateshu, Shatsu, Balesu, Devakya Agrasenina. So he doesn't describe any detail. He says he killed 6 sons of Devaki. As soon as they were born, then he will kill them. If you want to see, you can see in Krishna series, which was nicely done by Ramananda Sagar. If you want to see the whole story, you can see that, how he was killing them. And then the 7th time when she became pregnant, so that is the time when Balram was in the womb, and he was transferred by Yogamaya, the internal potence of Krishna, from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Rohini was another wife of Vasudeva, but she was living with Nanda Maharaj in Gokula. Because Vasudeva was put in prison, so his other wives, maybe the sisters of Devaki, were still around because they are also sister of Kamsa. He's not going to trouble them, but other wives, they left. Rohini was not Kamsa's sister. So then Balram therefore was born from Rohini. Therefore he is called Rohini Nandana. Like yesterday was Balram Jayanti, Balram's birthday. Krishna comes 2 weeks later, right?
12th August. 12th August.
12th or 14th?
Days.
Hmm? What?
So 8 days, isn't it? On Purnima, Bhagavatam, and then Ashtami?
Yeah, 8 days. But it is.
Only 8 days.
8 days, 12.
But yesterday was Purnima. So how is it 8 day? Janmashtami is on after 8 day? On 12th.
12, yeah.
So today is
Well, we
3rd.
have one more tithi there.
Hmm?
One more tithi is there.
Okay. So Balram Krishna is 8 days younger. Is it 8 days or 1 year 8 days? 1 year 8 days. So that's why he is elder brother. So he can lord over him. He can lord over the Lord. He is the real lord over. Or the overlord. So he is called the Yam Ananta. So he is called Vaishnavam Dhama. These are his names. Means the Vaishnav Dham, what can mean? Resting place of the Vaishnavas, or he is Ansa of Vishnu. And he is called Ananta, Anantam Prachakshate. And Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. So he was in the womb of Devaki. Therefore only the Garbha is said, not the child, not Balo Babhuva. And he is called Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. So he was Harsha and Shoka both, because first he was in the womb, so Harsha, and then he is Devaki had as if she had a miscarriage. So then there was a Shoka, grief, cause of happiness and distress. So Eke Akruradaya. So Vishnu Chakravarti says that Eke means Akrura, etc. Sri Krishna avatar darshanotkantavantaha. So why did they not leave? Because they were eager to see Krishna. So Akrura therefore was very happy when Kamsa had asked him to bring Krishna and Balram to Mathura, because he was hoping to see them. So when he came,
Can I ask a question, please?
yes,
According to the announcement, Krishna was about to kill Kamsa, and Kamsa's top Rakshas or demons were killed by the hands of Krishna. Then why did he went to fight Krishna on his own at the end of the story?
no, Kamsa did not fight with Krishna. When all the demons were killed, the demons were sent to Gokul and also to Braj area to kill Krishna. And then when they were all killed, then Kamsa called Krishna for a wrestling match in Mathura. And when the wrestling match was going on, Kamsa was sitting and watching it, and he had this mustik, and their names came earlier, Chanur and Mustik. So they were fighting, they were wrestling, and the idea was that they will wrestle and kill Krishna and Balram. But Krishna and Balram killed Chanur, Mustik and other wrestlers. And then Krishna jumped onto the throne of Kamsa and threw him down, and that's how he killed him. So Kamsa did not fight with Krishna.
It means Krishna forced Kamsa to fight with him.
No, there was no fight. He was sitting on his throne, and Krishna came there, and Kamsa died out of fear of him. He got so scared of him that he already died.
Thank you.
You have seen sometimes people who die out of fear?
Yes.
Where?
In horror movies or books.
Horror movies? Okay,
Or books.
good. So many times in India, people, they have snake bite. So it is not that every snake is poisonous. Some are not poisonous, but still people die. They die out of fear. Because many snakes are not poisonous, you don't die, but any snake bites you, you think, now I'm bitten by snake, I will die. So they don't die with poison, they die out of fear.
Only 2% have poison.
Yes. Yeah, only 2-3% of the snakes are poisonous, others are not, but still people die. So this is dying out of fear. And Kamsa was already fearing, that's why I'm saying you should watch this Krishna series. He was seeing Krishna in dreams. He was not able to sleep. He was so much fear. When you fear somebody so much, you also have nightmares. So when Krishna actually came, then he saw him as death. That's how it is described. Mrityu bhrojapate virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam. So he actually saw Krishna as death. And now when Krishna has killed the wrestlers and then he came to him, he already died.
He didn't punch him with the fist?
No. He just caught hold of his hair and threw him down. Why he threw him down? He says, dead person cannot sit on throne. It has to be removed. And he threw him down. He was on a high seat and then he jumped on him himself. That was to make sure to other people that he is dead, don't fear. People unnecessarily blame Krishna that Krishna killed Kamsa.
Rasa felt like that. Krishna did.
So Krishna is called Kamsari. He is enemy of Kamsa, he didn't kill him.
So then this Akashvani is false.
Hmm?
So this Akashvani is false.
What is false?
Akashvani.
Well, fear killed him. Krishna's fear. Krishna is still instrumental in that.
Only fear was enough.
Yes. Hmm? Yeah, heart stop. When you have too much fear, that's why I said when too much happiness is there, the heart stops. Right? So don't become too much happy. Too much fear is there, heart stops. Too much pain is there, then also heart stops. Actually, heart can tolerate more pain than happiness. You don't see that somebody has a heart attack out of pain, but you have many examples of people having heart attack out of happiness. So because pain you are used to. You're not used to happiness. It's like if you live in Vrindavan, you get used to heat, but you're not used to cold, So pain is coming more often, so you get used to it, and happiness is not coming so often. And when heavy happiness comes, heart has not experienced that. So heart stops. That's how you die. That is the proof that there is more suffering than happiness. Okay? So he says that AK refers here to Akrura, etc. And they did not leave because they wanted to see Krishna. And Tam Kamsam, it is worth taking trouble if Krishna is coming. Not that you run away. Better tolerate some oppression. It is if you can see Krishna. So Tam means Kamsam. Anurundhana Tadagya Vartina. So Anurundhana means that they became obedient to Kamsa. Whatever he said, they will do. So Kamsa kept them. Saptamo garbho babhuvayam garbham anantam prachakshate. So the seventh womb or the seventh pregnancy is called Ananta, which is the name of Balaram. Kidrasham Vaishnavam Dhama. What is his characteristic? So he is called Vaishnavam Dhama. So Dhama also means answer and Vaishnavam means of Vishnu or Krishna. Dhama means Tvit, Griha, So body, place. Sakshad anandasya kukshigatatvad harshah kanso vadishyati iti buddhya shoka. So why is he called Harsha Shoka? So Harsha was because Balram himself is come inside, who is Ananda, Sachidananda Vigraha, like Krishna. So that is the cause of Harsha, happiness. But thinking that Kamsa will kill him, that was giving anxiety to Devaki. Yes.
So how the Balaram was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini?
By Yogamaya, that's why I said Yogamaya.
By Yogamaya.
Hmm. So Bhagavan api Vishwatma Viditva Kansajam Bhayam Yadunam Nijanathanam Yogamayam Samadhishat. So now Krishna himself is coming. Finally. So I think we are not sure whether he will come before Janmashtami or after Janmashtami. Let's see how we make it. It will be good that if he comes on Janmashtami. So Bhagavan api Vishwatma Viditva Kansajam Bhayam. So knowing the fear or the atrocities caused by Kamsa, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is the very heart of people, so knowing Yadunam Nisnathanam and knowing the trouble caused to Yadavas, his own people, because he is their master, he is called Yadupati. So Yogamayam Samadhishat. So he ordered Yogamaya. And this is what he ordered in the next sloka. So Idanim Swam Bhagavan Krishna api. So now Swam Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. So why api has been used? That even Bhagavan, he is now planning to come. So Yogamayam Vimaladinam Chit Shakti Vrittinam Panchamin. So Yogamaya, he says here, is Vimala, etc., which is the potency of Chit Shakti, the fifth one. So this is what Krishna told to Yogamaya. Gacha Devi Vrajam Bhadre Gopa Gobhir Alankritam Rohini Vasudevasya Bharyaste Nanda Gokule Anyascha Kansa Samvigna Vivreshu Vashantihi. So she said that, O Devi, O auspicious one, so please go to Vraja, which is beautified with cows, cowherd women, cowherd men, and there Rohini, who is wife of Vasudeva, she is residing there. So Vasudevasya Bharya Aste Nanda Gokula. So Nanda Gokula, the Gokula of Nanda Maharaj, then Vasudeva's wife Rohini is there. And Anyascha Kansa Samvigna Vivreshu Vashanti. And the other wives also, wives of Vasudeva also, out of fear of Kamsa, they are also residing in different places. So they were not with Vasudeva, only Devaki was there. Nand Gokule Rohinyaste iti Shadgarbha Vadha Anantaram Rohinya api Jatam Garbham Alaksha Rahasi Lok Dwara Vasudevainaiva Sapreshita Kansat samvigna bhita. So now the question which can come is that if Rohini was staying with Nanda Maharaj, then how she became pregnant? Because she has to be with Vasudeva. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says that it is after the 6 children were killed and the 7th one was transferred, then she came to Gokula. Before that she was also with Vasudeva. That's what it says. It says Nand Gokule Rohini Astayati Shadgarbha Vadha Anantaram Rohinya api Jatam Garbham Alakshya. So after the 6 children were killed, and then when Rohini became pregnant and Vasudeva noticed that she is pregnant, then he thought that it is better she goes away from here, otherwise Kamsa may also kill her child. Who knows? So at that time she was quietly sent away from there. Well, she must not be in the prison, but must be in Mathura. Because prison was only Devaki and Vasudeva. But they must be coming and seeing him and being. Prison was not something like no one was allowed to see them or anything. Just to make sure that any child is born. Otherwise, it's not that Vasudeva was some dangerous person. He just didn't want to, he wanted to make sure that they don't run away from here. And main thing, when the child is born, then they should get the child, that's all.
Babaji, when it said they were handcuffed, that means they were handcuffed only at that time when they were brought to
Yeah, but
prison.
just like in the prison also, if you have seen, they don't keep them handcuffed all the time. When you arrest somebody, you put handcuffs. Then when they go to prison, they remove handcuff and you are in your room. The prisoners are not handcuffed all the time. Only when they are brought out, if they have to go to the court or something, then they handcuff them again. But otherwise in the prison, they also eat and sleep and sometimes even do some work there. And they get paid for that. So handcuff is not 24 hours. But as we will, or at least I don't know, it will come there, but they say that at that time they were handcuffed when Krishna was born. Maybe at that time when the pregnancy was maturing, then he handcuffed them so that just to make sure now they don't run away. So Rahasi Lok Dwara Vasudeva Sa Preshita. So Vasudeva himself has sent her to Nanda Maharaj, because Nanda Maharaj was friendly with Vasudeva, and as you know that they are also related because their grandfathers were common, great grandfather was common. So Kansat Samvigna Bhita Vivareshu Rahasya Sthaleshu. So other wives also they had left out of fear of Kamsa. So Devakya Jatre Garbha Sheshakhya Dham Mamakam Tatsanniskre Rohinya Udre Sanniveshaya. So he says that my Dhama, as I said, Dhama also means part, says my part known as Shesha is in the womb of Devaki. So you pull him out from there and put in the womb of Rohini. So this was ordered by Krishna to Yogamaya. So Rohinya Udre Sanniveshya means you place him in the womb of Rohini. So there is a very long commentary on this. I think we'll do that tomorrow. We're going to explain different meanings of this pastime. If there is any question. Yes.
Baba,
Yes.
one question was there that like when one has one fear and happiness, so physically on the heart, these two things impact more or less in the similar fashion.
No, they don't impact same way. When fear is there, heart is contracted, and when happiness is there, it expands.
In either case, the person can die.
And
Extremes.
that can happen in extreme, not that you die. It's only in extreme situation it happens.
Another question was there, like when
तुमने आला उदल पढ़ी है क्या?
जी?
आला उदल सुनी है तुमने? आला उदल?
नहीं, मैंने नहीं सुनी बाबा।
आल्हा का नाम नहीं सुना तुमने? आल्हा का और उदल का सुना नहीं? एक को मारे दो मर जाए, तीसरा दहशत खा मर जाए।
ये तो एक पोएम थी दूसरा ऐसे।
अरे पोएम में भी तो कुछ ट्रूथ है। एक को मारता था, दो मर जाते थे, और तीसरा दहशत से मर जाता था। ऐसा वीर था आल्हा। आला ये यहाँ पे हुआ था, आला उदल मलखान, ये यूपी में ही पड़ता है इधर। हाँ, मोहबा। मोहबा, if you have heard of Mohoba, you can actually, they are real people. Their shoes are there. If you see, you can't imagine that people can have such big feet. They're really big, yeah. They were big fighters. There's a folklore story in the childhood, we used to hear that. I only remember this line.
Another question was there about like when this Balram's appearing in the womb is described. So, but for Krishna, like it is said that he appeared in the first in the mind and then into the heart and then was transferred. Whereas in case of Balram, it's not described like that. So, is there any specific reason?
So you can understand same way. Doesn't have to be, if you describe once, then you know this is the process. You don't have to say it all the time. Okay, Ulas.
So I'm not sure if it will be described tomorrow then, but in case not, so I understood that Rohini, she was impregnated by Vasudeva, but somehow the baby was transferred from Devaki to Rohini. This seems to be very strange. Like, was she pregnant and then what happened?
Yeah, what is that? What is there to laugh in it?
So I would assume that that if Yogamaya transferred the baby, then it was not necessary for her to get pregnant from Vasudeva, and
Yeah, but at least she has to be there, otherwise what people will think? If Rohini was not with Vasudeva and she was already there and then she gets pregnant, what people are going to think? Actually, what she herself is going to think.
So the child in Rohini's womb, he passed away and then she had another child?
No, it's just that she was there with him. And then she was sent after when Devaki became pregnant. Then she was sent away, so she thought that she is also pregnant. But she was not actually, then this was transferred to her. That's what he was saying. Sadgarbha vadha anantaram rohinya api jatam garbham alakshay. वैसी लोग द्वारा. Okay. Let's start. Yes.
Yes. I just would like to make sure that I got your point I got your point when you said that people keep off rotating in samsara because first of ahamkara and second because of so-called enjoyment.
Yes.
They don't know what it is.
Yes.
So do you mean? Yeah. Do you want to explain or shall I tell you what I understand?
No, you tell me.
Yes, I'm thinking that first because they are enjoying material enjoyment for themselves to please their senses, and actually it's a kind of suffering. It's not a, and they don't even know what it is because bhakti is the only solution, and in bhakti you try to please the Lord, and that's the real enjoyment.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So is it clear? I think your voice is dropping. Okay.